Hello, and welcome to another episode of Coach Stroud's What to Read While Quarantined. In this episode, I want to talk to you about Stephen King's debut novel, Carrie. This one's spooky and scary. The reason why I want to talk to you about it is it's for King books. It's a relatively short one. It's roughly about 60,000 words, give or take. So it's for him it's a very short book. For other authors, it's a very respectable word count. Little bit of background information on this book. Stephen King at the time was writing a lot of short stories. He was getting by, working some odd jobs, even working as an English teacher in high school, and he was needing some extra income. It was getting to the point where he and his wife were having children, they were getting their family together, and he really needed to put something out that was going to make them some more money. So he started writing this story called Carrie. And he threw it away in the wastebasket of his office. Not too happy with what he had written. His wife, Tabitha King, she went and got it out of the waste paper basket, opened it up, read it, really, really liked what she was reading, and encouraged Stephen to continue writing this story. And it's a good thing she did, because Carrie, being Stephen King's debut novel, was kind of what got things rolling for him. It is a very interesting book. It's written in a different way. When you read the book, it's partially like news articles and excerpts from books, that kind of storytelling. It's different things from different perspectives, which is actually really, really neat. You kind of get a glimpse in certain parts with so they have one of the main characters, Sue Snell. She has her book is referenced in it many a times. And you kind of get references to what's going on, like a little bit of foreshadowing through these little exchanges. So it's different in that sense. I haven't seen that much from Stephen King since, but it's a neat way to start. It's an interesting debut novel in that sense. Now, our main character is Carrie White, and she is a girl that grows up in a lot of trauma. From school life, she gets bullied horrendously by Sue, who's not as bad to her, but particularly by another girl named Chris, who is just horrible to her. And I'm sorry, my dog's going nuts over here. She's spooked out by it. Now, Carrie's always been the butt of the joke for her school for many, many years. She would like to think that when she went home, she had a little bit of relief from this kind of harassment. But unfortunately, Carrie grows up in a single-parent household with a religious zealot for a mother who is completely crazy and bonkers and continuously rides Carrie about her religious beliefs, how she's sinful, she's a sinner. Carrie's mother does not do the proper things to get Carrie ready for womanhood, and so when some of this stuff comes up, when some aspects of being a woman comes up, Carrie is blind to all this and feels like she's been lied to and made fun of and harassed for it because of this. It's really, really awful how badly she's treated in this book, and then it turns into almost like a revenge story after a certain point. And that's because Carrie has this ability. She has these telekinetic powers that are very interesting in it. And the telekinetic powers started to manifest once she reached womanhood. So that's where the story begins and takes off from there. It's a gripping tale. Honestly, I absolutely love this story. I've read it before. I've listened to it in an audiobook. I've watched both movies. In fact, there's a movie that was released in 1976 starring Sissy Spacek, and that one is in my opinion, it's great. It's directed by Brian De Palma. There was also one released in 2013, a newer version, and it stars Chloe Grace Moretz. Now, I love Chloe Grace Moretz. I think she's a great actress. She's wonderful in the Kick-Ass movies. But I have a hard time seeing her as Carrie, to be honest. When I think of Carrie, I definitely think of the Sissy Spacek character, because Sissy Spacek very much embodied in my mind what Carrie was: this shy, this innocent girl who is just easy to pick on, easy to harass. Chloe Grace Moretz, after seeing her in Kick-Ass, and I know as like an actress you want to try to see her differently in other movies she's in, but it's kind of hard to get past that. She doesn't seem as shy. She doesn't seem as vulnerable and innocent. Though I will admit the 2013 poster for it, for the movie for Carrie, is phenomenal. Absolutely, really gripping and scary. If you haven't seen the movies, I would highly suggest reading the book first and then seeing the movies. There are a couple subtle differences, but to be honest, the first movie that came out, the 76 version, is pretty close to the novel. Not exactly, but pretty close. It's a good read. It's a quick read. It's Stephen King's debut and what set him on pace to becoming this phenomenal, fantastic writer. And I highly recommend the book Carrie to anybody who has some free time and wants something good and scary that possibly deals with some teenage traumas of growing up in this crazy, crazy world. Give it a look. Give it a try. Comment what you think about the book. And just, let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested in hearing what people have to say about this book. I love it. I highly recommend it to everybody. It's Carrie by Stephen King. Until next time, deuces. Love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.